Hey guys, it is Music Ninja Matt here with Pete, I'm going to call you Zixay.
There you go, you got
Nailed it.
Yeah.
As you can see, we have moved, so this is the set we're working with at the moment. We did a video, I'll put it in the description below, of us unboxing the Switch, setting it up, being super fucking hyped to play the Switch. We've played it now. A lot of games have come out for it, but not like big titles. So many indie games are on there, which are pretty cool. They've got a couple of remasters and ports from arcade games. I haven't put King of Fighters on this list.
Oh god.
Because
I can't get my head around it.
King of Fighters is SNK. It's a fighting game, but it's like the world's most difficult fighting game ever in the history of time. I got it because I was really impatient and really wanted Street Fighter to just come out, which I still need to get. See, like, I've got Minecraft on this list, but thinking about it, like, not much can be said about Minecraft's Minecraft. It's been around for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, it's got, on Switch, it's got the cool skins and modes and...
Yeah, so you're getting Nintendo skins and blocks and whatnot. That's cool if you're a big Nintendo fan. And I like the fact that I've now got it on console and in a portable platform on one thing. From what I've heard, it's smaller, like overall the maps and stuff are smaller than on the PS4 and whatnot. But again, like, yes, I'd have bigger maps on the PS4, but I can't have that portable aspect as well. And the controls work so well once you're used to them. I like the fact that you can still do classic crafting. If you haven't already got it on console, I'd say it's worth getting, even if you can have it on desktop, but it's just fun to have the console version as well. Did you play Mario Kart 8 on the Wii?
No. I played Mario Kart Wii. Because it went Mario Kart Wii and then it went Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U.
Okay, because obviously everyone said this is basically a port, but it's not a direct port. We are getting some new stuff.
Features, yeah.
It is the biggest Mario Kart I've seen. Graphics is always difficult when it comes to a game that's not trying to be realistic.
Yeah, but it's crisp.
Yeah, I love the way it looks. I love the fact that you've got a massive range of maps, and on the maps it says like originally on the 3DS or originally on the NES, and tells you where they came from.
Characters it's got and everything. It's even got Pink Gold Peach, which is one of my favourites.
It is just you play through the Grand Prix, and on this one, what is there? There's 50, 100, 150... Mirror, and then 200, which I believe is new.
Yeah, 200 is new.
Fast as fuck.
Yeah, impossible. Doesn't get boring.
No, because even though you will end up playing, obviously you're playing the same track 3 or 4 times.
It's still different every time.
Yeah, because the speed increases, you actually find the track feels totally different because your reaction time to everything has to be different, and all the other races are a lot quicker, so that challenge comes into it as well.
Plus every race is still going to be different because the AI is going to act different.
I like the fact that this is the only game that we've played as well where we've been able to have one of these each. These are weird to hold though, these are tiny.
Yeah, but once you get used to them, they're good.
Yeah, and you can buy like the grips and stuff for them, so that's fine. Multiplayer is so strong on this. The battles are great. You get 5 different kinds of battles because you've got Bloom, Shine Thief,
Coin Runner.
Oh, you've got that stupid cops and robbers type thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that still confuses me. Yeah, I really enjoy the battles. Then you've got versus races, time races. There's a lot of stuff in this game. It's a port, but it's got some new stuff. But is it worth £50?
Yeah, £50 seems to be
it's the go-to for a standard new game. But at the end of the day, it's like you are still a port.
Yeah.
I would have taken 40, 45, maybe not the full 50. But I suppose with gameplay, all you can say is like it doesn't. I've not noticed it bug out on anything at all.
No, it runs really well.
It shouldn't be an issue with racing games in this day and age anyway, but stuff like sinking through floors or merging with the track at any point, or even when you crash into a wall, it's very crisp that you crash, there's no glitching or anything. And the controls are so simple. It uses probably the fewest buttons that I've seen, which is why you can split the controller in half and it work okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can even set it so you don't have to hold A to go, it just kind of goes.
Yeah, and you can obviously do the steering and
motion sensing,
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of options to make this game very easy or very challenging depending on what you actually want out of the game. So I like that. I think long-term playability, this is one of those games where you're going to play the hell out of it, and even say you've been through it, you've done the Grand Prix and stuff, it's a party game in that, especially when you've got more controllers, when your friends come over, you can do the 4-player split screen, and like it's always a game you can come back to and pick up and just have fun with.
It's also a game you can play relatively quickly, so if you just want a quick game of something.
Yeah, then we got improvements to be made. I mean,
it's Mario Kart.
I have seen it on so many lists so far that people are praising it for being the best Mario Kart, just a good racing game. I think all you can really do from here is maybe just expand it a little bit. So like, give us a couple more races, a couple more parts. Maybe you introduce a new battle mode. You're going to have different tracks.
Something I see on a lot of racing games is you can buy different parts for your car, so you could like upgrade the exhaust and stuff.
Because I was like, oh, I wish there were stats, because it's just aesthetic at this point, and then you pointed out to me there are stats. It does make a difference, but you've got the body, the wheels, and your sort of parachute. Essentially, I think, more parts and more customization. Maybe your character's weight, height, all that kind of stuff would come into it. But I think because it is a
kids game,
they're not going to go that, like, kids don't care.
Yeah, good game.
Solid game. We've got Splatoon 2, which he calls Splatoon. Oh.
Because I'm hilarious.
And with this one, we played the, what do they call it, the test fire. Then you had this worldwide premiere, cake versus ice cream.
Splatfest.
That's the badger.
Yeah.
So we played a lot of that, seen a lot of the actual gameplay of it. It's a game we really want to get our hands on. Graphics wise, it's a nice looking game.
Yeah.
Like, again, just a very crisp looking game.
Decent shooter.
Yeah, it feels cartoony without being obnoxiously cartoony.
Yeah, like you can still play it.
It just feels like this feels like another world rather than like, oh, look at this cute cartoon and isn't it all cheesy and crappy.
It's got the competitive play aspect to it.
Because don't you get gear, and the gear affects you in different ways.
And you can pick your guns and
goddamn
everything.
Because obviously you've got the Inklings, and they're like part squid, part person. I think it would be a difficult sell to shooter fans, but I mean like Call of Duty people, where I'm like, no, this is Nintendo shooter. And they'd be like, well, you're fucking shooting paint at each other, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but
it's still good.
Yeah, and the weapons are so unique, the abilities are unique, the lobby as well, I like that. I like the fact that you've got like a hub to walk around in.
And people can like put up pictures that they've drawn and stuff, which
I
thought was pretty cool.
It's interactive, it's a community, and I like the idea that rather than going on a menu and just clicking like buy new parts, you actually go to a store and they sell it, and I like that aspect of it as well.
Nice.
Is it just online play? Or is there a...
I think that it's just online.
I was under the impression it was just online. Look that up. We're doing this based on what we've seen and what we've played before we get our hands on the full game. I think, again, they're really on something, and the reviews have been fantastic. It will be a case of you find a formula that works, and then you go, okay, well, now we're just going to add some more guns. With different gear for the players, and you update it and you keep it fresh. Because it depends, like the time gap as well. Like, I'd rather let Splatoon 2 have a couple of years and then bring out 3. Don't try and do this is our shooter and let's make it yearly. I'd be like, don't do that.
Splatoon has single player, so
offline mode.
Yeah.
That is good, because more and more games, like we've been playing a lot of Overwatch, but again, that game does not work unless you're online, And there are more and more games now where it's online only, which is, I get it, that's a very big market right now, but at the same time I'd like to be able to know that if my internet goes down, I can play a story mode, or I can, set AI bots up and play against them.
Because we were without internet for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and the majority of games we were like, we can't actually play that at all. So, long-term playability, I could see this being a game that I would play the hell out of a lot.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like people with COD, like they don't get bored of COD.
Yeah, exactly.
Because every game is different because you're playing online.
Yeah. And this is just, it's just Nintendo's shooter, and they've put a proper good Nintendo coat of paint on it and twist on it, so... We have, of course, the granddaddy of them all, the title that launched with the Switch. We have Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm trying to keep this short, because a Zelda Breath of the Wild video, you could do a live stream, hours and hours long chat with multiple people about this game and still not cover everything.
Yeah.
Every time I'm playing it, I'll go on to YouTube and you type in like things you didn't know about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Constantly people it's tiny little things. Like, did you know if you do this to Choo Choo Jelly, it changes colour, and that means its properties are different? No, I didn't know that, but thank you, that's useful. All these tiny little things.
I saw somebody, you can get those mine carts in in Death Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you stack one on top of the other, then and you stand on that, you can magnetize the bottom one, and then you can just fly around on it. You can make a flying machine, and someone's like flown up to the portal that the dragons come out of and stuff.
This Zelda game's interesting as well, because my experiences with Zelda have been like really vague memories of having them on the N64. Then I had Wind Waker, which I just remember getting stuck, and just as a kid being like, well, if I get stuck on it, I'm not playing this anymore, and moving on to the next game. Then on the NES Mini, obviously playing the first two, which again I was like, I don't understand how anyone made their way through this without the internet. And then with Breath of the Wild, it has its challenges mainly in the form of the shrines and the puzzles.
Yeah.
But overall, I was playing through it and was like, yeah, I can cope with this. Recently got Ocarina of Time. I was playing that, and again, I was like, fuck, this is so hard. I'm 30 seconds into the game. And as you said to me, you were like, and that Zelda, in actual fact, Breath of the Wild is a very different Zelda.
Yeah, it's possibly the easiest Zelda I've played.
Yeah.
I think it's because it gives you more time to get used to the controls, and it gives you easy things to fight at the beginning, and then it kind of levels up with you. The
fact it's open world helps.
Yes.
Because, like, in the old Zeldas, like, you'll go into a dungeon or something, but that's it, you're now in that dungeon. The only way you're getting out of that dungeon is to complete the puzzles and get through it.
Or die.
Yeah. Whereas with this one, you can avoid the shrines and the puzzles and all that difficult shit, and spend hours just getting to know the game, which I think does help.
Yeah, you can spend as much time doing whatever you want.
If I had to, like, sum it up, I'd say the game you have the story mode, you have your shrines, all the side stuff basically will give you equipment to level you up in some way. So you've got your shrines, you've got finding the Korok seeds, you've got side quests, got all the memory side quests.
Yeah.
And obviously the story mode covers the 4 divine beasts, fighting Ganon. The story mode isn't that long, but because you'll be like, oh, I have to get from point A to point B to progress in the story. That will take you about 10 hours, because you're going to get distracted by shrines, side quests, you're going to want to cook, hunt, fight stuff, go into camps.
Just literally everything.
Yeah, and I think it's actually a really clever game in that there's always something to do. You're always getting distracted, but that's a good thing.
Like, the first time we saw dragons in the game, we we had no idea what it was, and then we ran like half the map to go and find it.
Yeah, I like the Divine Beast because I like the fact that it's 4 very different areas, and you do need different food and clothing, and you really need to prepare for each area.
Yes.
I like how you don't even have to do that. You can just run and fight Ganon without them.
Yeah, you can just straight up from the beginning run into the castle and go fight Ganon.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea, but
no,
you can
but
do it.
I like how the Master Sword worked in this.
Yes.
The end goal is kill Ganon. The
Yeah.
same as every Zelda game. Everything else is just so optional for you.
Yeah, you can do what you feel like.
It's the most open world game I've ever seen.
Even Skyrim, I've definitely.
Well, can we also just say this looks so much better than Skyrim?
Yes.
This is one of the most gorgeous looking games because they've combined, like, people love Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Because of the way it looks. There's a hint of Wind Waker with a hint of classic Zelda with the Nintendo came to play fucking next gen, and we're going to show you that actually we can make amazing looking games as well. They put the 3 together, and the way water looks, the way grass moves in the wind, all of
Just
it looks
everything.
incredible. Again, with talking about the world, when it rains and stuff is slippy, and if you have a metal weapon on you, you could get struck by lightning. This game has so much detail in it. The fact that the weather affects your entire game, but I just love it. I love the amount of thought and detail that went into this.
Absolutely.
All the games that have come out for the Switch that have been main titles that I've played, I struggle to say, but they need to improve on this.
Yeah.
This one especially, it defied expectations. It's still surprising me, and I'm like,
just amazing.
I don't know how they improve. You've got the Switch. This is the first Zelda on the Switch, so that this is them laying the foundation of what Zelda's going to be like from now on.
Yeah.
And they can only build on that, and I'm like, well, that's a hell of a fucking foundation to start with.
Right?
So
we haven't even played the DLC.
Well, this is another thing. The DLC brings out new abilities for you, including the setting your own quick travel spots.
Yes.
A map feature where you can see where you've been in the last 200 hours of gameplay, so you know where you haven't explored. A whole new story mode, a hard mode. You just basically absolutely smashed the game, and now at a point where nothing is really a challenge for you.
Yeah, nothing really phases.
But because the thing is, once you're geared up, anything you come into contact with in the wild, you can like one shot.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But by bringing in hard mode, for those of you that miss how hard old Zelda is, and for those of you that have completely smashed it and need that next challenge, that will help.
Like, you know how tough Lynels were to kill in the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah. And eventually we just gave up and ran away from it.
It was the one I needed to get shock arrows. Yeah, you have to go up and get the shock arrows. Yeah.
Yeah, and then over time, you get normal Lynels, and you get, I think it's brown Lynels, and then you can get silver ones. Yeah. And silver ones are the highest.
Yeah.
In hard mode, you can get gold ones.
Okay.
And that's how hard mode will work, I think.
Yeah.
I saw someone trying to kill one. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. I like cooking as well. The fact that the experimentation, just with that alone.
Hours just playing with the cooking. It's great.
Yeah, the range of equipment and weapons.
Yeah.
Is crazy, and everything is useful in some way. Collecting certain monster parts, and you're like, why do I need a giant's teeth?
Yeah.
What's the point? And you'll bump into somebody who's like, well, I'm collecting giant's teeth, and if only someone had them. And you're there thinking, well, oh, okay,
yeah.
I have those. Everything is useful. You can cook with it, trade it.
Or the great fairies, they'll upgrade certain equipment if you've got certain monster parts.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
whatever.
Again, that's another feature of the great fairies.
And there's a guy called Kilton. I think it's Kilton. He comes out at night, and he's got his own currency called Mon.
Yeah.
Because screw capitalism. So you have to like give him monster parts to get Mon, so you can get this certain equipment from him. And that's how you get like the Dark Link.
Well, you also get the
and
hats
stuff.
that they make you blend in with monsters.
Yes, they're fun.
It really deserves like Game of the Year.
Oh, absolutely.
There's been some really good games this year, but none that I've been like, wow. And a launch title as well. If you think about launch titles, things like Halo and whatnot, like over the years there's been some incredible launch titles, but this for the Switch, it was after the Wii was a big deal.
Yeah.
Kind of died, and then the Wii U, everyone went, this is, no.
Nobody really cared.
This is Nintendo really showing you, like...
This is them stepping up their game.
Yeah, and they are back to compete with PlayStation and Xbox. So.
Absolutely. Out of a choice between PlayStation, Xbox and Switch, at the moment I'd go for Switch.
I couldn't say I could choose for definite, but I'd struggle between the PlayStation and the Switch.
Yeah.
Because the other good thing is with the Switch... they're getting stuff like FIFA and Skyrim, and it's not just indie games, Nintendo games. They're actually starting to get some big titles, which helps them compete as well. So
once they've had a couple of years in the making and they've got the big titles, then they're definitely just going to be able to compete with PlayStation and Xbox, hands down.
Yeah, fingers crossed, because I want to see them do well.
Yeah, and new Pokemon's coming out on Switch.
Well, there are a lot of future titles that we hope to not only play but be able to talk about.
Like the open world Mario.
Yeah, open world Mario. You've got the new Pokemons, and I like that we're getting the RPG Pokemon as well as like if Tekken did Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of cool stuff coming out. Yeah, at E3, and then they were like, oh, and we're doing Kirby. And Yoshi's getting a game, and this, and we were just like, this is cool, this is what you forgot to do with the Wii, because you were like, do you like Mii games and fitness? And everyone's like, I like Mario. Where's Mario? Where's Kirby? Where's, Link? Where are your characters you own that not only print money, but have really good games? And with the Switch, they're like, yeah, let's actually remember them. And do games for them.
Like, you can still make a Mii in Switch.
Yeah, but it's not like you have to have a Mii.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't force you.
That's the titles we've played so far on the Switch and what we think of them. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and check out the links down below. I should really put whatever your Twitch page is in there. We'll figure that out.
Yes.
What else do I usually say? I haven't felt... this is how long it's been since I've done a video. The links, and like, comment and subscribe. Fucking send us money in the post. Yeah. Nailed it.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.